Greetings, YouTubians, and welcome back to Wayne Sharp World, where today it is time to take a look at another brand new concept for January. And what we're talking about here is none other than the Kansept AGI. Now, before I go any further into this review, I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in today. If you like what you see, please do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe button, follow along, and I will continue to bring you the content. Now, let's take a look at some overall specs on this knife right here. We have an overall length coming in at 6.69 inches, a blade length just under 3 inches at 2.94 inches, and a blade thickness of 118 thousandths. Blade material on this guy, S35VN. We have a drop point style blade with a nice and slicey full flat grind. A handle length coming in at 3.75 inches. And as you can see, there is some very nice carbon copper fiber on the show side for the handle material. And we are looking at a titanium frame lock on the other side. We have a user of a right hand only tip up carry, a weight coming in at a very nice and light 2 ounces, designed by Michael Galovic and Michael Komarovsky. And we have a price coming in at $147. S35, some really nice kind of exotic carbon fiber and titanium. Hard to have too many issues with this knife in terms of materials for the price point. And action is not too bad at all itself. We'll talk about the action later, but first let's take a look at some size comparisons. And I have a couple really good size comparisons that I think will answer the overall question of size to anyone who may be questioning it. And that is the Civivi Elementum, as well as this guy right here, the Civivi Mini Praxis. Really the two best size comparisons I got, and they're actually both just a little bigger. So yeah, this is definitely a knife that is leaning more towards the small size, and if you're one of those people that can't carry a blade over 3 inches, this is a nice option for you. It's got some really nice things to it. There are a couple issues that I am definitely going to address, because while it is pretty darn good, it's not perfect. And let's start right now with this blade right here. And I have to say, another thing that really comes to mind for me with this knife is the Kaiser Dukes. It's been discontinued for a while. It's pretty hard to find, I think, anywhere. But if you've ever handled the Kaiser Dukes and you like the Kaiser Dukes, I think you would really like this too. This really does remind me of the Dukes, just with a much smaller flipper tab, which actually I think a lot of people would have liked a smaller flipper tab on the Kaiser Dukes. I think I was one of them. So yeah, there you go. The blade on this guy, nice simple drop point, 15 thousandths behind the edge with a full flat grind equals very nice cutting geometry. So yes, nice and slicey blade. And you even have a crowning. It's always hard to show that angle on my camera here, but this is basically, I wouldn't say fully crowned, because it's still, you can still see the lines at the end of the blade. It's really hard to show that. But it is, I would call this like a semi-crowned spine. But yeah, really nice touch there. You do notice it a lot more in person. I really wish I could show that. It's a lot harder to kind of show that off here. I think I may be showing it a little there, but yeah, nice semi-crowning there. And yeah, everything else is just very simple in terms of the blade, but it does work. It's a great blade. I think it'll work great for EDC. The only issue with the blade portion of this knife is actually towards the bottom of the blade, put this flipper tab. And I will say, like I said, I already said the action's good. It does work, but there's no jimping on this flipper tab. And I am just of the mindset to where I don't care what type of knife it is. If it has a regular flipper, it needs jimping. That's just me. I'm sure there's people that would argue that. And like I said, it does work, and it actually works very well. But I just think that with some jimping, you could do a little more. It'd be a little easier, a little less chance of your finger slipping off the flipper for like the push button, because you can definitely push button deploy it like this, and you can also very easily light switch it. I would have liked to seen some jimping there. Some nice fine jimping, really just like what you see on a lot of the Civivis, just like that. It wouldn't hurt your finger. It wouldn't cause any issue. All it would do is give you that extra little bit of traction on the flipper tab. So while I do wish that was there, I can't take too many points off it because, like I said, I really haven't had any issues. It's like the principle of the thing. It's the details that I really do think, there's some things you don't do just to be different. And I think jimping would have been good there. But yeah, not too big of an issue, I guess. I'll stop rambling about that and we will move on to the handle because there really is nothing else to say about the blade. It looks good. It's slicey. The slightly crowned spine works really well. So yeah, very nice blade. The handle is really just as nice as the blade. I just wish it was a little bigger. This is definitely a knife that if you have bigger hands, it probably shouldn't be your first choice. But if you have like medium to smaller hands, you're going to love this handle because even with my hands that are, I would put them on the large side. It still feels pretty good in my hand. I can just get a full 4-finger grip. So not too bad there. In terms of the materials here, we have this copper carbon fiber, and it's almost like, I kind of want to call it like copper Topo G10 or like copper Topo carbon fiber. Topo Carver. I can't. That's really hard to say. You guys should try saying that. Topo copper carbon fiber. It's kind of what it reminds me of, but it looks really good. And combined with the bronze hardware, that's also very nice. And then everything else being blacked out. I dig this. I do. I dig these vibes here. Really nice color going on. Nice pop of color, but also the nice hits of black all over the place. Solid ergos. I can't say great because I wish it was just a little bigger. But like I said, that's just my hand. I think a lot of other hands are really going to like the way this feels. Nice lock up there on the frame lock. And another really nice little detail that I always enjoy, and like I said, you don't always see it on Kansepts, but when they do it, they do a really good job. So I wish they would do it on all of their frame locks. This little beveling here at the lock bar makes it very, very nice, very enjoyable to get your thumb in there and easily break that lock, close the blade. Very nice job there. Pocket clip works well, stands pretty proud on the lock side of the knife. But it's no hot spot. Really not a problem. The nice flat spot towards the top of the milled clip helps kind of avoid it being any real hot spot, especially with the rounded area. So really nice job there. And yeah, just a really nice flowing design for this knife. Looks good, feels good. And the action is actually very solid here. Like I said, this is by far and away the best knife with a flipper that doesn't have jimping, and I don't have that big of a problem with it. Like, to kick that blade out, it's really not that bad. I think of all the times I've deployed this blade now, which is easily into the hundreds. I think I've only missed the flip once, and maybe twice, probably twice. I feel like it's happened more than once. But what I mean by that is like just my finger slipping off the flipper tab because there's no jimping. But yeah. It's pretty easy to hit that flip, and that's really important, especially when there's only one deployment method. You really, really got to hit on that, which is why, like I said, jimping would have been very much appreciated here, but it really doesn't hurt the performance of the knife that much at all. Really nice. When you get those nice, thin, slicey blades with not a lot of weight, and that D10 is nice and crisp, the blade flies out. It really does. It reminds me of the Dukes in that aspect too. A lot of people really raved about the action on the Kaiser Dukes. This is pretty similar to that. It's very similar actually. And I really, really like that, especially when you can do the push button deployment, which I think just makes that blade fly out just a little faster. And yeah, once you get that blade out, it's good to go, guys. Really nice, kind of a classy carry. I would maybe consider this a gentlemanly style carry, just because it has, a lot of the black, and then I feel like copper and brass or copper gold, any kind of goldish colors, always really look good and kind of trend towards the classier side. Just me, at least the classy casual, if not full on gentleman's knife. But yeah, this is a really nice one. With the exception of the missing of the jimping on the flipper tab, I really have nothing against this knife. I think it's great. Really nice little snappy action. $147 for S35, exotic carbon fiber and titanium. Yeah, I'll take that. I will take that all day. So that is the Kansept AGI, guys. Nice, solid little offering. I think Kansept's off to a really good start of the year. And we're coming up on a big year, or a big week. I've got something very, very exciting to show you guys later this week. Going to be a couple episodes on it. I cannot wait to bring it to you. And then even after that, I have another really, really big release to share with all you guys. Going to be a very exciting next couple weeks on the channel. Please stick around. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And I can guarantee you guys you're going to like what you see in the next couple weeks. I think you'll like what you see all the time, but the next couple weeks are really, really packing. Let me know what you guys think of the Kansept AGI. Really hope you enjoyed this one. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And until the next one, I'm out.